Good afternoon and happy Wednesday. Live in the newsroom, I'm Isla Miyabi, and thanks for joining me for today's edition of Watching Your Wallet. Protecting children online is a big part of internet safety, and new data is shining a light on how often predators are trying to contact kids online. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman spoke with lawmakers and advocates about what the new numbers show and practical steps that parents can take.
I think there's a more heinous crime than the sex trafficking of children.
Georgia Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff helped lead the Bipartisan Reports Act, a law that requires certain online platforms to report suspected child sex trafficking and online enticement to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or NCMEC, which operates the cyber tip line.
I know every parent across the country, frankly, is terrified about what can happen to kids on the internet.
Ossoff says the law triggered a spike in reports to the tip line.
By requiring tech companies to report evidence of child trafficking has resulted in a nearly 1,000% increase in reports to the tip line of evidence of child sex trafficking. That empowers law enforcement to go after those who would traffic children.
NCMEC also tracks online enticement when someone tries to lure a child online into sexual acts. NCMEC says those reports jumped 77% in a recent 6-month comparison. Yoda Soros serves as Chief Legal Officer at NCMEC.
But what the Report Act really did is it actualized what our team knew was happening online. So now we are actually getting that information, we're getting that vital analytical information.
What tips or recommendations would you encourage parents to know about?
If anything makes them uncomfortable, if they feel like somebody is interacting with them online, if they said or did something online that they now regret or feel uncomfortable with, the child knowing that they can come to an adult, that they can get help. We all need to collectively be able to protect children from this.
With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
To make a cyber tip line report, you can go directly through NCMEC's website. And speaking of protecting families, we're also taking a look back at history today when weather posed a serious threat.
On February 18, 2009, a significant tornado outbreak struck the Deep South, producing 18 tornadoes across parts of Georgia. An unusually warm and moist air mass combined with a powerful jet stream overhead created the ideal environment for supercell thunderstorms to develop. An advancing cold front during the afternoon triggered the storms as it moved east. The first tornado touched down near the Alabama border and remained brief, rated EF0. However, conditions quickly intensified. 2 EF3 tornadoes later developed in eastern Georgia, along with another EF3 tornado near the Florida border. One of these stronger tornadoes was responsible for 3 out of the 4 reported injuries and the only fatality of the outbreak. That single fatality was the only tornado-related death in Georgia for all of 2009, and the outbreak itself accounted for roughly 1/4 of the tornadoes that occurred in the state that year.
Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at 3 for our daily news and weather update. For 29 News, I'm Isla Miyabi.